Finally, I am live. I do not know what happened. Somehow I was on there twice, and then because I was going live on LinkedIn, somehow it was late, so it wouldn't accept it. So it's only seeing the way that I normally seeing that we're going live tomorrow, so it just wouldn't do it. So I had to delete it. But nevertheless, we are here. Welcome, welcome to Factually Speaking, Big Legacy Talks with Carmen Bernard. I'm live. I want to welcome you. I'm sorry that I'm late. Technical problems today, but I want to welcome you anyway. And if you catch this on the replay, fast forward to, a little bit so that you don't have to worry about the drama that of what I just witnessed. So last 2 weeks, and my camera is just not the right way. I just hit the whole thing. Oh my goodness. But last week we talked about time value of money. There are just some concepts that is so very important for us to totally understand. And so last week we talked about time value of money. I think the week before we talked a little bit about budgeting. We didn't get deep into it, but we just spoke a little bit about it. And um, in order to really and truly understand how money works, we have to know a couple of important concepts. One of those concepts we talked about last week, which was the time value of money, and why you need to start very early, and how just delaying just a couple of years can basically put you way behind. And also understanding where you are right now, and where you need to get to, that will help you to figure out exactly what you need to do to go on that path. So this week's topic is the rule of 72, the magic of compound interest. So um, I wanted to let me go into my little spiel before I get started. And hold on a second. 'Cause I'm gonna have to really do some editing on this video if I want to post it later. But you guys getting me, the raw me. That's who you're getting, right? That's whom you are getting. All right. If you catch this on the replay, be sure to hit replay. Um, Be sure to share it. Be sure to like it. There are people that can benefit from this information. Um, and so please share it. Please like it. I am also on Instagram at Big Facts with Carmen. I'm on YouTube at Big Facts with Carmen. I am on TikTok at Big Facts with Carmen. So please, I'm trying to build that audience up so that I can bring more content, more educational content, share more with you. So please go out there and subscribe to the channel or follow, like, and share. All right. Oh my goodness. Let's see. All right. It shows that I am live. I am live. Anyway, I cannot find what I was looking for, but um, this week, like I said, we're talking about the rule of 72. It's a very important concept that each of us must know if we want to be able to make our money work for us. It seems like magic. Einstein said that compound interest was the eighth is the eighth wonder of the world. And he said, those who know it earn it, and those who don't pay it. And you'll see why he says that as we go through this. Many of us have heard of the rule of 72, but basically, just as a concept, a blank concept, not fully understanding how we can apply it to ourselves, our lives, our money. And that's not a condemnation of anyone. I hold a master's degree in education, you know, and I did not use it. Did I learn about it in college? Yes, but just as an abstract concept. But truly understanding the rule of 72 can help us to make our money work for us. And that's what's the whole point. We cannot have our money just sitting there, not working. We have to make our money work for us. So it's not really a magic trick as much as it is a mental shortcut that everyone needs to know, right? So the rule of 72 is a mental math shortcut that tells you how long it takes to double your money, right? It's just a mathematical concept that approximates the number of years it will take you to double your money, double the principal given a constant rate of return over time. So if you take the number 72 and you divide it by whatever interest rate, that will tell you how long it will take to double your money, right? So if we if we take the number 72 and divide it by 1%. Now, you guys know that we are not even getting 1% in our savings account. Right. For the last umpteen years, we're getting 0.1%, like a tenth of 1%, right? We sometimes if we have a high interest yield account, we're getting 0.3, 0.03 or 0.05%. Well, if we're getting 1% and we had $10,000 that we were going to save for our future, it would take us 72 years to get that $10,000 to $20,000. So if you're 20 and you were lucky for someone to have given you $10,000 and you wanted to put that up to say not buy a home, but to be a down payment on your home. Well, congratulations, because you will be able to put 20,000 down when you are 92, because it will take you 72 years if you did nothing else at 1% to double your money. Interesting, right? So the higher the interest rate, the fewer years it takes to double your money. At 1%, it takes 72 years to double your money. At 3%, it takes 24 years to double your money. At 6%, it takes 12 years to double your money. At 9%, it takes 8 years to double your money. And at 12%, it takes 6 years to double your money. So what we need to understand here is that the higher the interest rate, the faster we're going to double our money. So we want to put our money somewhere where we're going to get a high interest rate and we're going to experience more and more doubles. All right. That's the concept of the rule of 72. So let's talk about Zanea, right? Zanea is 19 and she just received $10,000, right, from an inheritance. Her grandmother passed away and she got $10,000. This is not far-fetched, right? Many of us would be happy if someone left us $10,000 when we were, teenagers and things like that. I just met with a client and she had so many small final expense policies that now she's going to be able to leave those to some of her grandchildren, maybe 5,000 to one, 10,000 to another, 5,000 to another, 2,500 to another. So this is not far-fetched. I only wish that someone had really truly given her good advice, because she could have gotten a lot more coverage for a lot less money while she was very healthy. But it is what it is, and we are where we are. And so Zanaya received $10,000. So just think about it. Zanaya is really excited, and she thinks, you know what? I'm going to put this money up. I want this to grow to $1 million, right? And she's just heard about the rule of 72. And so she knows that she needs to experience doubling. So she wants to know, what interest rate do I need to get in order to get this $10,000 to $1 million by the time I'm ready to retire, right? And say she's going to retire at 67. Well, she knows that she cannot get a 1% interest rate, because when she's 67, that money would not even have doubled once. Because we said it will take 72 years to double at 1%. So now she would only be at about 16,000. From 10,000, she would have only been at about 16,000 when she's 67. So that's not going to work. So let's look at 3%. So if she had 3% interest, that money doubles every 24 years. Remember, it's 72 divided by the 3% interest rate, which gives you 24 years. So now she's going to experience a couple of doubles, but by the time she's 67, she's only experienced two full doubles, right? That 10,000 went, by the time she is 43, it's now 20,000. And then by the time she's 67, it's only at 40,000. So she doesn't, that 20,000, she only experiences two doubles, and she will only be at 40,000, well short of that $1 million. So she found something that would give her back about 6%. Now we're starting to see some things picking up here, right? She's going to, money is going to double every 12 years. 72 divided by 6 gives us 12. So money is going to be doubling every 12 years. So at 19, she has the 10,000. By the time she's 31, it doubled, right? And she has 20,000. By the time she's 43, it doubled again, and she has another 20,000. So it's now 40,000. By the time she's 61, it doubles again, and she now has $80,000 in the bank. But she is trying to get to she's trying to get to $1 million. So by the time she's 67, she will only have experienced 1, 2, 3, 4 doubles, which will take her to $160,000. All right. So by now you might be getting the idea of what I'm talking about, of how you need to think about where you are and how many doubles you need to experience in order to get where you want to be. So at 12% interest, right? At 12%, now she's going to really be experiencing some doubles, right? Money doubles every 6 years, right? So at 19, she's going to experience, by the time she gets to 67, she's going to experience that money doubling 8 times. So that $10,000 now becomes way more than $1 million by age 67. She's now at 2,560,000. That's the power of compound interest, right? That's the power of compound interest. All right. So if you'd like to put this to the test, you can go pull up some actual banks, right? Pull up Bank of America, pull up BB&T or Capital One, Chase Bank, any of those banks, pull up PNC Bank, see what they are giving in their bank accounts, in their savings accounts. Check to see what they're paying in those savings accounts. You will be amazed at the fact that interest rates have gone up so much, but they haven't reciprocated with giving us that in our savings accounts. Those interest rates are still low. I'd be surprised if we're getting 0.03% on our savings accounts right now. right? You can get a little bit more in our money markets and things like that because they have to try to compete. But what I'm talking about is saving money in our savings account. Many of us are doing that because that's what we were told to do. Our parents told us to get a good job and save our money, put our money in the bank account. So that's what we do, right? So here is the thing. And I should actually go look and see how much some of these banks are giving right now. You know what? You can do that. You do that on your own and come back to the live, comment in there what you found out. But if you found a bank that was giving you 0.09%, woohoo! We're talking big money, right? 0.09%, because it's very hard to find that from anyone that's doing a savings account. But if we did that, and we took 72 and divided it by 0.09, y'all, it's going to take us 800 years. 800 years to double our money, right? So, in other words, if you have a dollar today, in 2023, it would become $2 by 2823. 2023, that's where we are, right? We are in 2023. 800 years from now, right? 2823 is when that $1 will become $2. Obviously, this a savings account is not where we want to put our money if we want to experience the doubles that we need to experience to make our money grow. However, if we were getting a 17% average interest rate, the kind of interest rates that the banks charge us on our credit cards, our money would double every 4.2 years, right? So that's the reason why you have your credit card. You're faithfully paying on your credit card, and it keeps looking to you like it keeps going up. Yes, it is, because it's doubling every 4.2 years when you have a 17% interest rate on your credit card. So compound interest works for us, but it also works against us. Hence, what Einstein said, which is those who know it earns it, and those who don't pays it, right? So not only are we looking at what our money is making, we also need to be looking at what we are paying. Many of us have interest rates higher than 17% on our credit cards. We have interest rates that are 18%. We have interest rates that are 20%. And don't forget to count the fees, like your renewal fees on the credit card. Why do I have to pay you an annual fee each year so that I can use this money that I have to pay back to you? That if I do not understand how compound interest works, I am paying it to you over and over and over again. And that's why every American must understand the rule of 72, right? The bank's money double every 4 years or less, and ours double every 800 years. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I think that's unscrupulous. That's what I think. I think that we need to be like the bank, because the banks thinks that we are, you guys know what I'm going to say, suckers, right? Yeah, that the other way for you to use the rule of 72, and this is important, so listen to me, dial in, come on in, understand what I'm saying here, is to figure out, take the number 72 and divide it by the number of years left that you have to save. So if you are 60 and you're going to retire at 70, so you want to have a certain amount of money at 70, you have 10 years left. So what you would do is take the number 72 divided by the number of years left. In this case, it's 10 years. And voila, we need at least 7.2% interest in order to get our money where it needs to be. So if we have $500,000 in our retirement account and we want, if I have $500,000 in my retirement account, I'm 57 years old, and I want that money to double to 1 million, right? By the time I retire, which would be 10 years, I'd have to divide that 72 by the 10 years and get my interest rate, which is 7.2% interest rate. That's the interest rate that I need in order to change my $500,000 into $1 million. Y'all, if this is going to, the live is going to be up. You could always go back and look at it. But this is a concept that we really, really have to get. We are not going to be suckers for the banks anymore, right? Suckers think rule of 72, that sounds boring. That's like too much math for me. I can't do it. The wealthy people, math rocks. The rule of 72 is simple, it's powerful, it's practical. We have to know it, right? We have to know it. All right. Once you know how money works, once you understand how money works, you'll be compelled to ask questions. Why do I have to pay an annual fee on my credit card? Let me find one that says no annual fee, because that also factors in to the interest that's being charged, that I'm being charged on this debt. Remember, they typically just add that to your balance. If you don't pay that off right away, first of all, you're not going to pay it because you're going to find one that doesn't have one, find a credit card that doesn't have an annual fee. But if you don't pay that off right away, then that doubles within 4 years, within 3 years, that doubles. All right. So you're going to be asking yourself, is a bank account even the best place for me to put my money? Am I willing to settle for less than 1%? Am I willing to settle for 2% or 3%? Is there a way I can get 4% on my money? Is there a way I can get 6% or even higher? These are questions we'll be able to ask ourselves once we understand how money works. What type of interest accounts could provide adequate safety, right? Because it's not like we couldn't get 18%. Somebody's going to tell you could get 18 and 20 and 24% in the stock market. But you can also lose 18 and 20 and 20 and 30 and negative 33. You can also do that in the stock market. So you want to make sure that you're going to get that higher interest, but you're also going to get adequate safety, right? You'll start thinking like, can I refinance my car loan or my mortgage to get an even lower rate, right? Can I do that? Will the financial institution be managing my money? How much interest will they earn more than I will? Right? How much will they earn more than I will? Will I get enough doubles in my income earning years to reach my savings, to reach the goals that I've set myself for retirement? And if I won't, what do I need to change? These are the questions that we will be asking. Listen, my name is Carmen Bernard, and it is my mission to help as many families as I can understand how money works, understand what the concepts that they need to know so that they are doing the right thing, so that they can get to the goals that they've set for themselves, or even understand that they need to start setting goals. Because when we're in our 20s, we're invincible. So we're not talking about that. Newsflash, that's the time that we need to talk about it. I'm Carmen Bernard. I can be reached at carmen10k.com. Please connect with me. If you'd also like to do what I'm doing, please connect with me. I'm not going to say it is easy, but you can do it. And we are coaching. We're hiring people to work with us. You're actually working with yourself, but you can work with us, working for yourself, but you can work with us as we do this. and put some additional monies into your pocket, especially when you look at the years that you have left to retire and what your income is now and what interest rate you need to have in order to get that money to where it needs to be when you retire. This is something that you can do too. So feel free to reach out, Carmen10k.com, like, follow, share. Peace.